Hello everyone and welcome to Green Healing. Financial abuse is one of the least talked about forms of abuse, and it can hit anyone, and usually the person doing the abuse is someone in whom we've placed our trust. So what is financial abuse? Typically, it's when a person attempts to take control of your belongings and or finances for their own gain and benefit, such as money, stocks, property, personal information. Financial abuse is often illegal and is unethical and always immoral. The emotional aspect of this abuse typically leaves its victims feeling inadequate and unsure of themselves. Someone who is financially abusing another usually combines it with emotional and verbal abuse, sometimes even psychological abuse. This form of abuse tends to isolate the victim, who can become financially dependent on the abuser. And a covert abuser will use very subtle tactics. An article on the website verywellmind.com by Sherry Gordon breaks down financial abuse in 3 main categories. I refer to her article to add to what I already know, and I will link to the article in the description below. Financial abuse includes, but is not limited to, for the exploiting of the victim's resources aspect, controlling or accessing the money that has been earned or saved by you, the victim, using assets without asking permission, using credit card, bank card, or money without permission, acting entitled to your assets and money, obliging you to give them private financial information such as credit card details, passwords, paychecks also, expecting you to pay their bills, offering to help you with finances in order to take control of them, taking your paycheck or gift money from you so you don't have access to them, opening your bank statements and such without your consent or knowledge. For the interference with jobs aspect, it includes but is not limited to criticizing or demeaning your job or career, which is something that Narky did. No job I ever had was good enough or paid enough. I had to have a better job in order to prove my worth, which makes no sense to me today, but back then I gobbled it up as truth. Pressuring you to change or quit your job, dictating where you must or mustn't work, harassing you when you're at work with calls and such, getting you into trouble at work, sabotaging you or your means to get to work so you cannot go, and then blaming you as making it your own fault. For the controlling of shared assets aspect, it includes but is not limited to belittling and criticizing your financial decisions or input, making decisions without your input, taking funds and placing them in a private account, so taking funds from your joint account to place in a private account, obliging you to share your income but being unwilling to share theirs. You'll notice it's very frustrating because any form of abuse, it's one way, not a two-way street. Deciding allowances for you with unreasonable and unrealistic conditions, withholding financial information, withholding money, demanding permission to access the shared funds, wanting joint purchases to be only in their name, forcing you to sign documents without letting you read them, threatening to cut you off financially, being enraged in regards to money. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but I know from being married that compromise and negotiation is normal within a certain range and limit, so that both people in a partnership can come to an agreement, and usually with the aid of a financial advisor if they're not able to come to a certain agreement for certain things. But when disagreements become control, distrust, it could raise red flags if you're living in such a situation. So to dive more into this, I'll link to the article below. I'd invite you to visit. It's www.verywellmind.com/financial-abuse-4155224 so that you can read Sherry Gordon's article on the 3 categories of financial abuse and to go more into financial abuse to see if that's what you may be living. Hashtag not sponsored. Also, I'm not a medical or psychiatric advisor, and this is not a replacement for medical advice or psychiatric advice, therapeutic advice, but perhaps it can help you figure out what you're living or what you may have lived and help you along on your healing journey. I'm going to close with Healing Through Humor Capsule 9 to end on a lighter note. Stepping out of one's bubble. Me. I feel so good today. I feel I can take on the world. Let's go shopping. Husband. Oh, okay. After doing one store. Me. I all of a sudden don't feel so well. Husband. How are you feeling exactly? Me. Stomach ache, low energy. I'm sorry. Husband. It's okay. Do you want to go back home? Me. Nods. Back home. Me. Takes a nap, wakes up. Wow, I feel so rejuvenated. I feel so good. I feel I can take on the world. If you like what I do here on Green Healing, I have links in the description below of how you can contribute. And as always, empower yourself and be emotionally free.